I invite Smeetal to give a brief on sports supplements. Smeetal has very specific training on sports supplements from none other than Mr. Ryan Fernando, who has been very well established in this industry, who works with celebrity sports people and probably from the film fraternity. So you will hear now from the practice side. Thank you.
A very good morning to everyone. Thank you for inviting me here. So I'm going to be speaking on sports nutrition, sports supplements basically. And so there are a lot of sports, team sports, racket sports, so a variety of sports and that require a lot of parameters that need to be taken care of. So certain sports may need more of endurance, certain sports may need power. Certain may need flexibility or say focus and attention. So what is important is these sports supplements. Sports supplements, so the sports supplements are what help to boost performance. Okay, and these are all the parameters that may be required in different sports. So in terms of supplements for sports, they are helpful to boost the performance. And specific to sports, it is important to build up muscles and to reduce the fat percentage of athletes, because that is how they get strength, stamina, and boost their performance overall. So first, I would want to let you all know whether a supplement is required or no. This is one of the most important steps to decide if a food can help to boost the performance or help in improving the performance of an athlete, then there is no requirement for a supplement. So if you decide that a particular athlete is an elite athlete and he wants to basically improve his performance for a competition or whatever, so there are specific goals that he has in mind. And for that reason, if a supplement needs to be given, so there is a requirement for a supplement? Yes, there is. Now, there are a few set of questions that need to be answered. Who is responsible for giving supplements? First, competent authorities like doctors, certain physiotherapists, dietitians, and sports nutritionists are authorized to give supplements to sports people. What do you need to know about the athlete? The bio-individuality of the athlete, basically the height, weight, gender, what are his goals, what are the symptoms, are there any medical conditions that he has had in the past. So all of these bio-individuality parameters need to be known before recommending a supplement. Why are you giving a supplement? Is it not possible to give it or take care of this particular parameter via food? If not, only then a supplement would be given, and this would be based on the symptoms. So say, for example, the person is not able to recover well, or say he's having some cramps during competitions or whatever. So based on the symptoms and the goals of the athlete, the supplement may be recommended. How do you need to give this? Now, in terms of supplements for athletes, you need to phase it out. So you cannot give all the supplements at one go, because that can cause gastrointestinal distress or any other issues, and you may not figure out which supplement is actually triggering these issues. And therefore, it has to be phased out, and the dosage has to be determined before recommending it to the athlete. When certain supplements may cause, say, sleep disturbance, or diuretics may cause a lot of, the need to use the washroom again and again. So these cannot be given at bedtime. So the time has to be determined, and for how long this supplement is needed to be given. So there are supplements which need to, you need to do a supplement-free period after about 4 to 6 months of giving a particular supplement. So you need to determine that and inform the client accordingly. Now, there are a lot of sports supplements available. I'm just going to discuss of very few common ones. The first one is caffeine. This is useful in improving endurance as well as keeping the mind alert. So in sports which require focus and attention, like chess, caffeine can be given. The action by which caffeine works is that it is an adenosine antagonist, means that adenosine basically is a neurotransmitter which helps to give you the feeling of fatigue. So caffeine goes and binds to these adenosine receptors before adenosine can do it, and therefore acts as an antagonist and decreases the rate of perceived fatigue or exertion. That means that the person starts to feel or perceives the exertion at a delayed time frame. The dosage could be anywhere between 3 to 6 mg. However, this of body weight, per kg body weight, but this could be a larger dose for many, and therefore a shorter dose can be experimented initially, and a larger dose can be kept for a competitive phase. In large doses and at a wrong time, caffeine can cause anxiety, insomnia, increase body heat, and also increase blood pressure. Next are the amino acids. So there are different types of amino acids: essential amino acids, non-essential amino acids, and conditionally essential amino acids. These are used. So majorly the essential amino acids, which the body cannot produce in itself, are the ones which are generally supplemented, and the most common one being BCAA, that is branch chain amino acids. Okay, and yeah. So these amino acids help to build up muscles, improve the muscle recovery, prevent muscle wastage, and these amino acids are basically building blocks of protein. So they come together to form peptide, and many peptides come together to form a protein, and muscle is protein. So when sports athletes want to build up on muscles, amino acid is what is given to them, either pre, during, or post training, but this depends on what type of amino acid is given and why it is given. In large amounts, amino acids or even protein supplements could cause bloating, gastrointestinal distress, and high uric acid buildup in the long run. Moving to protein supplements, there are two types. One is the dairy-based protein supplement, which is whey and casein, and plant-based protein supplements from brown rice protein or pea proteins or hemp seed proteins. And among whey, there are three types. So one is concentrate, which is basically the least purest form of protein, which is about 80% protein and 20% of other things like carbohydrate, fats, and micronutrients. And isolate is about 90% protein and 10% of the other components. Hydrolysate is basically pre-digested protein with the help of hydrolyzing enzymes. And this is the most easily absorbable whey protein. Casein is the white part of milk, which is like the paneer is casein. So casein protein is slowly digested and helps in recovery. The other plant-based proteins are generally used by people who do not want to use dairy products or are allergic to dairy. These are used to improve muscle mass, exercise recovery, and about 25 to 45 grams of protein is given post-training or post an intense workout session. Now, a few things to remember: that an athlete goes through a dope test in competitive phases or even during training in some sports. So therefore, it is very important that supplements which contain banned substances or prohibited substances should not be recommended to sports athletes, because that can ruin their career. So WADA list of banned substances, basically World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, publishes a list of prohibited substances every year, because this list keeps on growing every year, because there are like the manufacturers keep on building up new substances to boost performance, and WADA has to be on top of their toes to find these illegal or banned substances and put it into their list. Anabolic steroids or hormones to boost performance is what is not recommended, and therefore they're in the banned substances. So supplements which have these banned substances should not be recommended to sports athletes. In the in the labels of these supplements, there are two marks that may be there: informed choice and informed sports. So informed choice is where you basically, these supplements are tested on a monthly basis from blind samples from the market, and at least one batch per month is what is tested for these banned substances. And informed sports are supplements which are marked with these informed sports are the ones which are for which each batch is tested for these banned substances. So it's important that for competitive athletes, supplements which are marked with or certified as informed sports or informed choice are the ones which are recommended.